Okay, good afternoon. My name is Joseph Canavan, Director of Norfolk Sheriff Bellotti, Michael Bellotti's TRIAD program. And we are here today at the Norfolk Council on Aging, and I'm going to be talking about Sheriff Bellotti and the TRIAD program's Yellow Dot program. A lot of program words there. So today we're going to be talking about the Yellow Dot program. It is, to start out with, these are the files of life. These are files of life that Sheriff Bellotti has been giving out throughout Norfolk County. And we've given out well over 100,000 of these. These have your medical information in it. It has your name, contacts, and all of your medical issues or pharmacy or drugs that you're on. And there's two types. This is the big one that usually goes on a refrigerator. We've given these out to all your public safety people throughout. They're all throughout Norfolk County. Again, this goes on your refrigerator in your fire department, or EMTs or first responders. Usually look on the refrigerator, and it has your name, contacts, again, your medical ailments, and it helps them out a great deal. It's been very helpful to local police, fire departments, and ambulances when they come in and they see this information's there. They don't have to start asking the person that's in distress or a loved one or a person that's near them all this information in a stressful situation. So it's right here. It's all written down. We do recommend that you fill it out in pencil. That way, if your prescription drugs change or your medical conditions change anyway, or you want to add some on, your prescriptions change. A couple of quick tips with this is if you do have a lot of medical ailments, we suggest that you can go to your doctor and have him print them out. That way you just put them in here. Same way with your medicine. If you're on a lot of medicines, instead of writing it down, you can have CVS or Walgreens or whomever it is. They print them out for you, and you can also put that in there. And that helps the medical people, the ambulance, the hospital. It's all printed out. So it's a big, big assistance when people come into an emergency room or a hospital setting and they have this information here. It's a big help to everybody involved. These are given out free. I'll leave some here at the Council on Aging. I leave them at the police station. I leave them at the fire station. And again, we do this all with your Council on Aging. We do it with your Police Chief Stone and your Fire Chief Bushnell. They've been big supporters of these programs. And again, anything we can do at the town, the sheriff says, these are free to anyone who wants one. They'll be probably here and at your police and your fire stations. So the yellow dot so one of them is for your person. The smaller one is for your person, for your wallet or your purse. The bigger one obviously is for your home. So what's missing is for your automobile. And I think it was down in Connecticut, they came up with the idea to have a program where they could put a file of life in the glove compartment, and in order to let the first responders at a motor vehicle accident or emergency to affix the yellow dot to the back of the windshield. It's usually the driver's side rear, the driver's side, lower driver's side on the back window. And inside the glove compartment would be a file of life or some type of... So over the years, the problem was with the file of life is people drive different. When you go to someone's home, or this is in their purse or their wallet, you have a pretty good idea that's the person. When police or fire go to someone's home for an emergency, someone's usually called them and said, it's my mother's on the floor, my brother, my father. So the identification process is pretty easy. It's like, this is my mother's information. That person on the refrigerator, that's me. In an automobile, people drive different automobiles. I've driven, probably 3 different cars this week. Sometimes you're in your brother's car. Sometimes your wife has a different car. You're borrowing people's cars. It's very common. So what was happening was people they'd see this information in there and they assumed it was the driver, and it wasn't. And it could be, lead to some, as they said, no information's bad. Bad information can kill you. So if it's the wrong person, if it's someone else, it's my brother's car, I have the same, last name, they'll say, is this your information? In an emergency, they take it, and the EMT people or the medical staff at the hospital got the wrong information. So they asked if you could put a photo in there And around the state and even in Norfolk County, different council on agings had different ways of doing it. The days of, it's tough to get a recent wallet-sized photo going back a few years when, you'd go into a Woolworths or a Kresge's and you could get the wallet size or the high school size, you'd give it out. They were tough to get. So one of the council on agings in Norfolk County, one of the COA directors, had done the Yellow Dot program with a photo. Her previous position, they had a camera. They had you guys have a computer lab here at your beautiful council on aging. They had some camera people. They had some a camera set up to develop the photos, and they were able to do it. They were able to put a photo of the person in the file of life and put it on the Yellow Dot. So we were trying to come up with a different way of doing it, and through the TRIAD spirit between law enforcement, and again, I wanted to say the TRIAD program is the three elements. It's law enforcement, senior support groups like this, it's Council on Aging, and seniors themselves, all working together for public safety to protect seniors. So that was the TRIAD program. So down there we had the police and the fire all work together, and myself and the Council on Aging director. And we came up with a pretty good way of doing it. The fire chief down there recommended something different besides white for inside the glove compartment. Because I never look at my glove compartment that particular, but he said most of the information there is white. So we came up with the manila envelope and it went with the Yellow Dot color. So as far as getting the picture done, well, through the years, computers have come along and it's easier for my office in particular to take a picture, download it. And we were going to do it again, this went through trial and error, and we came up with this way of doing it. It was a big success in the town that we started it in. And Sheriff Bellotti said, I want to bring that to everybody in Norfolk County. I want this available to all 28 cities and towns. So we got together and we came up with a pretty good system, I think, of doing this. It's very simple. It's very easy for everyone. And again, it's like the Files of Life. It's free of charge. Compliments of the Sheriff's Department, Sheriff Bellotti. So what we do is, in lieu of a File of Life, now today in Norfolk, after this presentation, I will be taking anyone who was interested in doing this program. I will sit them down. I'll take their picture. Instead of a File of Life, we give this medical information card. It's the same thing as a File of Life. Name, address. Again, we don't ask for your Social Security, no Medicare number, anything like that. So it's just like a File of Life. They take this home with them, and they do it in pencil, just like they would the File of Life. I take their picture. I take their name and their address down. We're a public safety organization. We will not give out your information to anyone. It's safe in my office. So, and it does not get distributed. It stays in our office. So, in other words, I'm not going to give you a name and address. You're going to be getting literature from other similar programs. So, I take your picture, or one of my staff members does, and pretty much is how we've been doing it. We take your picture today. We go back to my office, and we download the photo onto this. And it has your photo, recent photo, and your name. In the mail, we will send you in the mail, you will get something from my office, the sheriff's office. You keep this. We don't need to know what's in here. It's your information. When you get this in the mail, you're going to get this in a Yellow Dot, in a set of instructions on where to affix it. It's going to tell you to make sure that you put your medical information card in the envelope. Don't seal it. You don't have to. Put this envelope in your glove compartment. And the last thing we want you to do is to affix the Yellow Dot to your windshield, to the back window. The reason why we want you to do that last, we want this in there. We want to make sure that this is in there. We also ask that if you change vehicles, you're selling it, please remove the decal and take this off. If you have another vehicle, call our office and we will send you out another decal. So we don't want anyone seeing this and wasting any time in your glove compartment looking for something that's not there. So we have a small audience here. Is there any questions from you folks that are here today on this program?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you're driving in Massachusetts, it's not in an area where the sheriff's body is. Do other places know about Yellow Dot?
It's a nationwide program, and some communities do, some counties do. Down south, certain states have it mandated. Around here, no. I don't know what other counties do, but hopefully you'll be. We have a lot of people that go to Florida and they put it on their car. It's in their glove compartment. Heavens forbid you're have an emergency. At least they may not know it, but you can say. Hopefully you'll be able to say all my medical information is in my glove compartment. We had someone from another state that did this. They were in Florida, and they said they were in, I think, Boca Raton, and they had her husband had chest pains. They pulled over, and everything was there. And down there, they thought it was great, and it helped them out. You don't have to be in Norfolk County, so it's there. The police departments, they're aware of it. The fire departments are, but it's best if you're there with them, and you can say everything's in the glove compartment, and that's my picture, and they're going to notice that, and it gets you and the first responders out of that area, that danger area, so they're not wasting time asking you any questions. Again, it's a very stressful time. Motor vehicle accidents ratchet everything up. It's just the way it is. It's just the way they are. If something happens at home, there's a cooling off period in between them getting there. I'm not very good in emergency situations. Shouldn't say that too loud, but we have one of these at my house for my mom, for my wife. She has some medical ailments. She's going to kill me for saying that too, but I need to know that. You're not going to ask, it's a loved one in distress. You forget, was it the left hip or the right hip? What type of medicine is she on? I forget. They changed the prescription. It's all there. So when the police, the fire are all there, it's all there. So yes, it is. Other states, I don't know the name. Some of them do, some of them don't. But in Norfolk County, it's every town, every police and fire chief have gone on board with this program, and every council on aging. So it's we have over 2,500 people in Norfolk County have signed up for this program in the past 5 years. So, any more questions?
Is it possible to get duplicates? Like
yes.
You have two cars?
If you have two cars, just tell me you need two, and we print out 2 pictures.
So if someone isn't here today, can they get it done at the police station or?
That would be. We haven't got that far. I mean, if you want to email me an up-to-date picture of them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I could do something like that. I'd rather do it there. That way I know it's you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We've had people bring their husband's driver's license. I've jerry-rigged it that way. I want to make sure it is kind of the person that I'm doing.
Yeah, so
we
could send you pictures.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
okay.
good. Yeah.
As long as, don't send me the high school picture. Make it.
No, we all have iPhones. We're all set.
Okay. I mean, that's all I ask. It's very successful. It's very popular. It's one of our more popular programs that we do. And again, this is compliments of Norfolk County Sheriff Waddy. And again, the sheriff, this is your town. You have a great police department here. I want to introduce who made the trip here today is Officer Roake.
Yeah.
Kevin Roake. Come on out here. Come on.
All right, Joey.
Kevin, thank you. Thank you for having us in your town.
Oh, thank you for
Sheriff
coming out.
Waddy is again, he works with your police departments. These are extras that we give. You guys are the number one. They're there for you folks 24/7, risking their lives, putting their lives on the line, protecting the folks in Norfolk. We're here, as Sheriff Waddy says, just to augment any programs that you do and be an assistance of any way we can.
Yeah, it's a great program. I was involved in it probably 15 years ago. I remember the file of life. But this is a little new to me, to be honest with you. So this is great. And like you said, the chief's on board, so we'll know. And the file of life is great. I see the ambulance all the time when they go and they have that. It's a big help. Because I've been on scenes where people are trying to write stuff down so they can hand it off, get it to the doctor. So these are great for that type of thing. this is a great added
And
addition.
if anyone needs it, contact the police. I
Yeah.
can come out if you guys do have an updated photo of them, we can work together on something
Yeah,
like that.
absolutely.
But I'm here. I come out here probably once a month, and when I do visit, this is part of every time I come out here. Everywhere I go, I have my camera and we do it. That's how we. If it's there, if you come out and if if you missed it one day, I'm always back. And you can call the police and fire and say, hey, Joe, when you coming out? Or the COA, and we'll come out and do it. We're there for you. This is all to help the seniors. And anyone that really has medical conditions. You don't have to be a senior to have them, but most of the seniors, as we get older, 2 weeks from today, I'll be 60. So my list is getting bigger. 10 years ago, I didn't need one of these. Now I do.
Great, you look great.
Now I do. Thank you, officer.
great.
Thank
You
you.
look great.
I love coming to this town. And so, any more questions? We can start if we're all set. Thank you, folks. And if any questions, please call me at my office, and hopefully I will give them a number underneath this where they can reach me at if they want to be interested in this or the Files of Life. Thank you very much.